If you just want to find out what is the difference between a condenser and a dynamic, grab this one. My setup for singing and playing live, like Pete does, my mics are MXL 990s, which are great for recording. Do I need a different mic for streaming? Almost always use what you have, but the MXL 990, I think, is a large diaphragm condenser from memory. It is indeed. So that is this one, the MXL 990. So it's a good quality. It's a large diaphragm FET condenser with a cardioid polar pattern. So it's very simple. It's basically like the MXL's version of the Audio-Technica AT2020. Very similar. Basically a large capsule large capsule condenser microphone. Means it uses phantom power and means it has a big ass pickup here, so it's going to get a lot of stuff. The only problem you're going to have, Tom, is that sometimes when you're doing live streaming, you get a lot more peaks, you get a lot more up and down. You can control it when you're recording, but you get a lot more peaks up and down. And with a condenser microphone, you've got to be super careful. So for instance, I use this one. This is a condenser microphone. This one actually has a built-in low cut filter or high pass filter, so that if there's like rumbling going on outside, I've got this switch flicked on, so it actually cuts that noise. So that's sort of a good thing that a sort of higher end mic has. This is a handheld condenser microphone, but it is a bit of a problem because if you don't have a good limiter or compressor on there, if I suddenly talk too loud, I've got it set so that it won't quite clip. But if you're doing a live show and you start really digging in, you can find that your volume goes up and down a bit. Whereas a dynamic microphone, because it's a lot more unidirectional, it rejects a lot more background noise. It's easier. It seems easier to set the level for that. So if you were doing a live show where you're singing, I would actually recommend a handheld dynamic mic. And again, the one that I always use and recommend is the AKG D5, which is about a $100 microphone, $115 at the moment. It is this one, and this is a supercardioid pattern, which means that it has the sort of heart-shaped pattern out the front, but it captures what's in front of you. So it rejects a lot of that outside noise and it captures what's in front of you. It also depends if you're playing guitar, if you want to plug that in direct, or whether you're trying to capture your guitar with a microphone as well. For playing live, I always recommend plugging your guitar in direct. It's just a lot simpler, and the benefits you gain from the simplicity are a lot more than the benefits you gain in quality of sound from having, say, a condenser set up near your 12th fret like you would if you were recording your guitar. The other option is if you wanted something more budget, there's the Shure PGA48. Okay. So this is a great entry-level microphone. If you are dabbling if you just want to find out what is the difference between a condenser and a dynamic, grab this one, because this is like a Shure SM58, but like the bare bones version. So you still get, you still get your mic clip and your bag, and it's still got Shure written on it. It's a dynamic cardioid microphone, but it's just not the same quality, like the same quality components. You won't get the same exact sort of sound through it, but again, it's a great buy, and at the moment, $35. Like, just get one to try it out, and you could resell it. Like, if you bought this, and you didn't want it, you could resell it on like eBay for $30, or you could go and find one secondhand for probably $20 if you get a good deal. But yeah, it's very similar to the Shure SM58. But again, just a cut down, a budget version. So don't buy the Amazon Basics, buy that. So yeah, so this one, the Shure SM58, is the grand puppy. Oh look, that's a good deal at the moment actually as well. $89 for that one. And look, if you bought, I don't know anyone that's ever bought a Shure SM58 or SM57 has been disappointed, because they're the industry standard for a reason. And especially for live purposes, they are the industry standard for a reason. So I use my AKG D5. Shure SM58 would do pretty much the same thing.